Okay, I think we're live, aren't we? Okay. Hello everybody. Let me just get a couple of things set up, shall we? Okay, and I'll just move that across a bit. Perfect. Okay. Hello. Good morning, or is it good afternoon, good evening? Doing something quite different as far as my channel and indeed streaming goes. Hey, Red Swan, how you going? Welcome on into the stream, and Ash is here too. Good morning, everybody. Of course, I'm Viddy of Viddy's Gaming Videos, trying something a bit different with this whole streaming thing. Oh, it's good afternoon. Yeah, so it'll be good afternoon and I think good evening for quite a few of the community who will join in. But yeah, so as I was about to say, I just thought I'd try something fairly different, which is just a talking to camera stream. I was hoping to actually do a gaming one, just to play a video game, but I couldn't really think of one, so I just want to try this for a change, and yeah, I hope all is well. Yeah, things are okay for the moment, Ash, and Red and all that. It's not technically the first time I've done a 2-camera live stream. When 2 times I reacted live to a Nintendo Direct, I think that was 2 years ago. But something which doesn't feature gaming or something I'm reacting to, this is the first time I'm trying it out. And if you have, if there's anything you want to talk about, or gaming related or anything else related, I'd be happy to just talk about it with you guys and just catch up with my community and just try this out for a bit of fun, because that's all I want to do, and also do streaming as a way of just occasionally keeping in touch with my community, people who've watched my videos and stuff in the past, and so it's not a comeback. It's not a comeback. I'm not like making new videos or anything. Hey, yes, Joker. Yes, I remember you said on the Discord we can agree to the stream. We used to chat a lot a while back. I hope you're doing great. I'm doing fine. Joker, how are you going? Welcome on into the stream. Yeah, we did talk quite a bit on Discord and that. I'll be looking at video game movie adaptations nominees and noticed Sonic 3 is a... Wait, really? So that's for the Game Awards, right? So I have not looked at all the Game Awards categories. I think I've only looked at the Game of the Year ones, I believe. Or maybe I was looking at indie games as well, including, like, say, Silksong. Donkey Kong Bonanza was nominated for, I think, Game of the Year as well, as alongside Expedition 33, or Obscura Expedition, whatever it's called. Oh, okay, yes, for the Game Awards. So I'll have to have a look at the adaptations category. But besides Sonic 3 and I think The Last of Us might have also been streamed this year, I can't remember. I honestly cannot remember what other video games have been adapted to film or television this year. Donkey Kong was nominated, but I don't think it's going to win. Yeah, I think so too. I technically have not played Donkey Kong Bonanza, even though it does look fun. But yes, so I might as well actually look this up. Hopefully looking up on the internet won't get in the way of the stream bandwidth or anything like that. So let's have actually, yes, that could be one of the main topics today. Awesome. So Game Awards 2025, or Game Awards. Nominees, or yeah, sure, why not? But yeah, so no, I'd almost had forgotten that the nominees were recently up. Even when I did Viddy plays sometimes 1 or 2 years ago, Mary and I would talk about the nominees as well. What's up, Viddy? Hey, Nintendo reviewer. Welcome on into the stream this morning, or it's afternoon over there. Welcome on in. Yeah, good to see you. I don't know. I was just surprised that Sonic didn't make it because Sonic 3. And I don't think Mario Galaxy would be it. Ooh, the upcoming Mario Galaxy film. So when the Mario film came out, that was nominated as well. And Bender is back. I mean, Gaming Thunder. Gaming Thunder, welcome on into the stream. Wow, we've got we've got quite the yes, just afternoon. Yes, so when you and I played, say, Friday the 13th, the game, for example, it would be close to, like, say, 1 or 2 p.m. my time, which is your evening. But it's good to see you. Good to see you guys. So we were just talking about the Game Awards categories for 2025. Surprisingly, I cannot. Oh, okay. So watch nomination over adds to. Come on, I know there's the. Or maybe just now they had the innovation and accessibility nominees. Or maybe if I press that, it will show them all. So how big graded Donkey Kong wins? I hope that. I'll also just answer Gaming Thunder's question there. How's retirement been? Retirement has been okay. Sometimes not playing games as much, let alone making videos or let alone streams about them, has been a little bit, I don't know, a little bit odd some of the time, but honestly not really making videos about games as much is honestly far more refreshing for my life, to be honest. And yeah, so is it too late for... Yes, I think unfortunately it is too late to be nominated, because I thought it probably was going to be, but the nominees had already been selected. If the nominees were going to be selected later, then there was a possibility that Metroid Prime 4 was going to be among them. I would like it to, but Nintendo is... Oh, the Nintendo Switch 2, yes. So, to be fair, the Nintendo Switch 2 has had some divisive reception, but I may get a Switch 2 maybe at some point next year, or maybe just for Metroid Prime 4, because for what titles there are available, there are a few good ones, to be sure. But since you're retired, you've got time to play a lot of Wii Golf. Yes, I get on my Wiimote for that. Spend some time with the grandkids. I do not have grandkids. And if you don't have any... Now, if I don't have any, now's my time. What, you're suggesting that I want kids and grandkids? I almost sound like the first Doctor, considering it's Doctor Who Day tomorrow. Well, I am an uncle, for those of you who don't know or remember. So I've been an uncle for over a year now, and my niece is over in Europe. So I get to see her grow up. There's a growing number... Oh, NS2, yes. So yeah, NS2... Or even I sometimes call the Switch 1, and that can be a big... Or it's like the announcements, they say available for Switch and Switch 2, such as the recent launch of Tomb Raider, as in Tomb Raider 2013. That's just come out for both of them. Yeah, I don't know what people do in retirement, so I just... Oh, I get you. Ooh. If you could tell me what movies you were quoting, I could put them onto my watch list if I haven't already seen them. So... Mind you, yeah, so, or maybe I can... So what did you actually say? So you don't play a lot of... Well, wait, was there a movie that said you can play Wii Golf when you get retired? I'm surprised my Tomb Raider... Yes, me too. So I played the Tomb Raider 2013 game quite a bit on the PlayStation 3. And if you've been keeping up to date, or at least saw what I said in my final video a few months ago, the PlayStation 3 amongst other systems are no longer in my setup. Dang it. My nephew and I are pretty close, and he got a Switch 2 for his birthday. Oh, cool. I hope he enjoys it. On a Mac. Oh yes, I forgot it came out on... hang on. So Tomb Raider 2013 came out on PlayStation 3 Xbox 360, and I think the PC as well. And I think this is the first time it's coming to a Nintendo system. But Borderlands 2, so hopefully it gives us, yes, so we can have the recent era of the Tomb Raider franchise on a Nintendo system. It was good that Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, 4, 5, and 6, well, Angel of Darkness, remastered, and it came out. And as well as, if you can count it, the GameCube and Wii versions of, I think it was Legend and Anniversary, I believe. So we've had quite a few Tomb Raider games. I tend you can an uncle if it counts that I have cousins who have kids. I think so I don't have any kids of my own, of course, and my cousins also have kids. So I guess I feel like a bit of an uncle to them as well. And my cousin's son, hence one of the questions I asked on Discord quite recently, is also very slow getting into games, and it's because of him coming over to my place and playing on what systems I do have that didn't get stolen. So he's played, like, say, a bit of Super Mario Bros. NES, mostly I think through the Switch Online, and the Sonic 2D Sonic games, and I think a bit of Mario 64. But the reality is I'm struggling to think about what games are good for a 5-year-old child. And a 5-year-old child who knows about streaming, but not what a DVD is. So, like, we were watching a movie together, like, oh, I have a DVD of this movie, and he's like, what's a DVD? So he knows about streaming, like, say, Netflix and, Disney Plus and things like that, but what's a DVD? Of course, I'm a bit of a strong advocate for physical media. So, yeah. Yeah, but that's what retirement consists of showing my niece and my cousin's kids films on physical media, a little bit of gaming there and there, and it's kind of sweet. Speaking of just a tiny bit of gaming news, an independent RPG game that has been on Kickstarter for a while called Kingdoms of the Dump has just come out, and I was actually hoping to stream that today or tomorrow, give or take, and I struggled a bit with optimizing it, and at the same time I thought, you know what, I want to play it for myself. So, but I figured, you know what, we'll stream while it is World Philosophy Day 2 days ago and Doctor Who Day tomorrow. DVD is the disc thing, like a game disc, that plays movies instead of games, but it breaks easily. Yeah. Oh yes, that makes me feel my nieces and nephews don't know what DVDs are either. Or if we also showed them VHS videotapes. I'm pretty sure my family and I, we still have VHS tapes and the VHS player locked away in a cupboard somewhere. And I've still got red, white and yellow cables if I want to, for whatever reason, get those out. But breaks easily, Gaming Thunder? So, you don't mean scratch easily, or, I mean, it's recommended, obviously, that you don't, snap a DVD into two. Like, please don't do that. The flip is a VHS, so yeah, videotapes. So, if you know, these rectangular VHS tapes. So, when, of course, I would watch films and TV shows on TV, then we had VHS tapes. And even when DVDs first came out, I was also like, hey, no, what's a DVD? I don't get what that is. And I can't remember how and when I saw a DVD for the first time, but I think it was when someone in my extended family had a DVD player, and that's when I realised you could watch these film and TV show things that you have menus, subtitles, extra features, and overall better picture and sound quality. And then, of course, Blu-ray and stuff, that has better picture and sound quality too than DVDs, even though I sometimes feel like Blu-ray makes it look a bit too good. Just one person's opinion. I haven't experienced DVDs breaking easily yet. If it can get scratched, yes. I've experienced that with rentals. But between DVDs, VHS, and streaming, I think DVD is the best. Yeah, me too. So Blu-ray. Wait, can Blu-ray work with 4K now? Or maybe there's sort of a next step up from Blu-ray for 4K, or you have however it works. Today is a lot of games anniversaries, yes. So like Super Mario World. Wait. So hang on. So November 22nd in 1991 was Super Mario World. And then so on is Mario 3D World, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Super Smash Brothers. Wow. Well, to be fair, a fair amount of games did come out in Novembers in their respective years. I'll have to double check the anniversaries of those. That's cool. I mean, tomorrow is Doctor Who's anniversary because that came out 62 years ago. But we don't have to talk about Doctor Who. VHS tapes can wear out, yes. Streaming can be messed with by the companies with no control of your own. And the DVDs are there to keep forever, exactly. So I've got a lot of DVDs, say, of films, TV shows like Doctor Who, Buffy, etc. Oh, it's quite a lot, yeah. So November, I think Metroid Prime, the first one, came out on November 21st. Wait, 21st? Yeah, because time zone difference. Yeah, so it's 22nd now. So for most of you people, it's November 22nd. Sorry, 22nd. 21st. So, Doctor Who? Anna watches that a lot, so I'm guessing you... Yes. So for those of you who don't know, Red Swan and I have connected over a channel called Every Anna Day. She, about a year ago, has been streaming, doing a vlog every single day, and it usually consists of her talking to camera for a few minutes, just talking about whatever she feels like or what she's been doing that day, whether it has been watching Doctor Who or playing certain video games or just whatever else comes to mind. And because I've been so long. So for those of you who know at least a bit about Doctor Who, perhaps so Doctor Who has been going on for 62 years. Well, technically less than 62 years if you don't count the long hiatus it went on. Pokemon turns 30 next February. Oh my goodness. So hang on. So 30. So hang on. So you're 26. Oh my gosh. Pokemon Red, Blue and Green came out in 1996. I am too old for this. My goodness. Maybe I should in February try and see if I can stream. Or maybe I wouldn't unless I use maybe an emulator or something. I could probably stream one of the old Pokemon games, because my GameCube with a Game Boy player also got stolen as well. Otherwise, I could have used that, because the Wii doesn't have a Game Boy player function, and yeah, so the Switch Online with the Game Boy stuff, the Pokemon games haven't come to that either. Still, also I need to see the Pokemon Legends Z, or see a review, Nintendo review. I need to watch that. What's your favorite Pokemon game, guys? For me, as nostalgic as it is, I would probably have to say Pokemon Blue. I've still got the Pokemon Blue technically cartridge, which I played on my Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. Though I also do really like Pokemon Gen 2 and the remake, the 3DS redoing of Gen 3. Though technically I've not played past Gen 3, even though I do have from some retro game hunting one of the Gen 4, original Gen 4 games, and I think either X or Y. I almost wish I could connect my 3DS up to a capture card or something. Maybe that would be a good way to play some Pokemon. I'll go with you 2 Pokemon games. Oh, okay, so that'll be very timely. So, Pokemon GameCube games. So, mostly that will be, I think it's Colosseum, or, which Pokemon games came out for GameCube? Yeah, so Colosseum, almost a little bit more open world, but not exactly like Stadium on the 64. And like in Pokemon Legends ZA for best. Yes, so Legends ZA, honestly, apart from maybe the occasional discussion surrounding, say, what is it, Raichu, Mega Raichu DLC or whatever, honestly, it actually looks like a good game. And it is also bundled with the Switch 2, just like Mario Kart World is. Makes sense though, because Donkey Kong and Metroid Prime 4 are not, well, at least Donkey Kong and Metroid are not system sellers. I do wish a Donkey Kong or Metroid bundle for Switch 2 would be available, but Mario Kart World, Mario Kart and Pokemon do so well that you have to have, makes sense for them to be bundled. Your Colosseum Gale Darkness, that's what they're called. Yes, so I've heard of those. A friend of mine did bring over one of them to play on my GameCube many years ago. They look fun, actually. In fact, so one of them, or is it both of them, I think are on or are coming to Switch 2's or NS2's GameCube online lineup, I think. I need to double check what GameCube games are coming, including, like, say... So The Witch's Mansion came out recently. We haven't got Sunshine yet, or Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. But yeah, so we've already got, say, Soul Calibur 2, F-Zero GX, Zelda Wind Waker. Yeah, that's what we're counting on, yeah. No, yes, otherwise, your GameCube games are not cheap. I imagine a few of the GameCube games in my library, especially Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, would sell for quite a bit. So yeah. So also, yeah, going back to what I was saying about Doctor Who, is to try and figure out a jumping on point where you don't have to watch like a few seasons. Like you could start with the 2005 series, and that would give you about 15 seasons, but then again, that's also quite a bit to get into. But yeah, I know. Whereas Anna and I, we've watched so much of, Doctor Who's past stuff that yes, there's a lot to jump on, as well as there's lots of books and audios. I've been starting listening to the audio productions of Doctor Who as well. So is there any other chats I missed out on or things I can elaborate on? Just while I'm quickly thinking of the next thing to talk about. Other than a VHS tape, what the heck is a VHS or DVD tape? That makes me feel old. So we've been talking about VHS tapes, Doctor Who, and Pokemon turning 30, and that's enough to make anyone feel old. But really, what is being old? To be a little bit philosophical. The nature of time and reality and metaphysics, but... I'm not sure how much I'm going to talk about philosophy because a few of my philosophy community aren't here, or at least are not here yet. But philosophy technically is a casual interest at the moment, not something in-depth in terms of study or wanting to be a philosopher at the moment. But it was World Philosophy Day on Thursday, which I never knew existed. For World Philosophy Days every 3rd November, I guess every year. So maybe next year I'll try to remember so I can take part in, I don't know, maybe do some really in-depth philosophical discussion, including, I think early December, I'm hoping to stream a sort of a visual novel game on here titled Socrates Jones Pro Philosopher, which is apparently a fairly short, free game in which you, in a similar fashion to the Ace Attorney games, you try to figure out good philosophical choices. So, I also haven't necessarily played the Ace Attorney games, so that'll be a bit surreal. Keep finding out about new days, and that's another... Yeah, so, I'm not sure how long ago it was invented. And not just days, but say weeks. So considering my hearing aids, I think at some point of the last quarter, or was it third? We'll say last quarter. No, wait, last third. Of each year is usually a week, least of all in Australia where I live, that raises awareness for people with hearing loss or hearing disability. I think when I used to do YouTube on a completely different channel, like years ago, I did actually briefly raise awareness for Hearing Awareness Week. But yeah, no, that channel is long gone. And that's where I did more so vlogs or talking to camera like this. And then I started a gaming channel in August 2017, and the rest is kind of history. So, but yeah, so it's different days or weeks for a variety of things. If considering we also talked about November 21st being anniversary for a lot of games, if any of you happen to know of any days or weeks that celebrate or are about something, tell me. We can talk about it. So what else? Okay, so it'll be obviously it'll be nearly Christmas for those of you who celebrate Christmas. Yeah, Metroid Prime 4 is coming out. I wasn't sure whether to make Metroid Prime 4 a topic of discussion, especially since there has been a bit of divided reception to a few of its elements that have been introduced in the trailers in recent months, if not a bit further back. To be fair, Metroid Prime 4 does look more similar to Metroid Prime 3 than the first two games. And that can be fine. I just kind of hope from the Metroid or Metroid Prime fan here that it is a good game, and I think it will be. Metroid Prime 3 was actually good. I looked at some footage of its early parts to remind myself of how much, talking and stuff there is in the game. But I think there is a fair amount of talking in Metroid Prime 3, but the writing for the dialogue seemed to be better. But we'll see what happens December 4th. Sorry for late response, but Colosseum I cannot beat because it's just way harder than... Really? Most Pokemon games? Is Colosseum really that hard? Then again, I'm not sure. Was it generally like Pokemon games were somewhat harder back in the early days, or were Pokemon games sort of easy? I'll have to try and remember what the early Pokemon games were like. Hoping I could get 5 reviews out before Christmas. Why do so many big games have to release so close together? I know that feeling. The games have to release so close to each other, and also even other things, like even other horror games come out, like say after October or well before October. Wait, Colosseum's at third? Hang on, Colosseum is, and you use double battles, yeah, like Generation 3 onwards. So if I look at Colosseum, just for the sake of it, Pokemon, yeah, Colosseum from 2003. So it was published or developed by Genius Sonority. What did they make? Okay, so they worked on Colosseum Gale Darkness, Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii, which, if I'm right, is meant to be a bit more like Pokemon Stadium, a Dragon Quest game, and yeah, so some Pokemon games and a few other random ones, but that's different to most other Pokemon games. That's a bit strange. One is ready for next week, yeah, but now and Kirby Air Riders. Oh yes, I think someone I'm subscribed to recently streamed Kirby Air Riders, but I didn't get a chance to look at the stream. But Kirby Air Riders seemed to get so many directs or something in contrast to other recent, Nintendo games like say Metroid Prime 4 and stuff. But Kirby, I think, also sells reasonably well. You'd also think there would be a Kirby Air Riders bundle. Pokemon Battle Revolution is so fun. Yeah, I've not played it though. So which Pokemon games have I played a fair bit of? So obviously Pokemon Blue, either Gold or Silver. Pokemon, I think I got Omega Ruby for the 3DS, yep. Pokemon Snap, New Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Puzzle League, Pokemon Stadium 1, maybe a little bit of 2. Oh, and a bit of Pokemon Legends Arceus, of course. Is that it? If I hadn't said Pokemon Puzzle League, then yes, that one. I swear there was another Pokemon game that I played. Maybe it wasn't really a mainline game. Maybe it was a spin-off. I think I played a demo of one of those... What's it? Mystery Dungeon or whatever it was? The one where as a human you get turned into a Pokemon, and I think it's mostly a top-down sort of game. But the only thing I know about those games is that I've listened to the Sky Tower music from one of those Mystery Revolution Dungeon, whatever it is, games, and I happened to listen to the music and it sounds amazing. Yeah, so if you look up like Pokemon Sky Tower music or whatever it is, it sounds amazing. In fact, I'll probably get a bit of I might get a bit of copyright if I play like 1 second of this, but I'll just see if I can. Yeah, Sky Tower. Yeah, so I'll just see if I can play it reasonably quietly. You might not get the sound right, but wait. Yeah, so it sounds a bit like that. So that's the except I'll play without getting into trouble. I was at Pokemon for a while until Arceus came out, or Pokemon Tournament. Yes, I've not played those, and I wish all those Pokemon were in ZA. Okay. Oh, out of a fandom, right? Sorry, just my ears got a bit blocked there. So I mean, and also with Pokemon, I mainly watched the Gen 1 and 2 portions of the anime, and even then, after I started high school, that's roughly when Gen 2 started. I couldn't necessarily watch Pokemon in the mornings anymore. I had to go to school. So that's mostly when I signed out of Pokemon, outside of maybe playing occasionally on handheld or consoles a Pokemon game here and there. But I still held Pokemon very dear to my heart, even if it was mostly just Gens 2 and I guess 3. Goodness me, this is turning into more of a Pokemon discussion than I thought. Yeah, who started this Pokemon discussion? That was probably me. But yeah, no, Pokemon is quite the phenomenon. Although, considering we were saying, like, there's too much Doctor Who stuff to get into, that's been going on long, there's a lot of Pokemon stuff to get into for those who haven't gone into it. Like, I know also Gaming Thunder, if you're still there, is also related to Pokemon, and was also hoping, kind of like I was, that a Pokemon game would get into the top 25, which is a collaborative favourite games list I did in 2021. So where games like, say, Minecraft, Undertale, and lots of other games were chosen by people as their favourites, and Pokemon made a good go, but it didn't get into the top 25. Sad face. Yeah, stopped watching while JoJo Journeys was going because I got more into horror games as a teen. Ooh, we can talk about horror games too. So, wasn't it one of the last Nintendo Directs we also got the trailer for? I think it was Resident Evil 9, wasn't it? Or a Resident Evil game. And that's still going. That makes a lot of Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4 is one of my all-time favourite games. I didn't even expect to get into Resident Evil or horror games when Resident Evil 4 first came out, or at least a few months after it came out. Hang on, because I remember getting Resident Evil 4, I think it might have been for my birthday. My birthday is in November. But hang on, which month of the year did that game come out? So, which month of the year was it? Oops. Yeah, just for 2005 one. Okay, so release dates. Yeah, so if we'll go with just the GameCube. So it came out in PAL territories here in March 18th, 2005. Oh, okay, I must have waited maybe several months before playing it. But it came out in January 2005 everywhere else. So yeah, I just saw like reviews of it and I was like, oh, I might as well actually give this a go now. I'm probably old enough to play it. And yeah, the rest of my time with Resident Evil games is history after that too. March a week next year on my channel since we're getting... Oh, okay. So we're getting 3 Resident Evil games and Fatal Frame... Wait a minute. Hang on. 3 as in... So 7, 8... Was it 9 or is it Resident Evil 2 at 3 remakes possibly? But yeah, Fatal Frame 2. Oh, that's right, yes. Yes, I remember seeing the trailer for Fatal Frame 2 remake. Now that's right. Now I remember. I think maybe when that trailer was showing, maybe I was kind of like, hang on, is this Fatal Frame 6? I wonder if there ever will be a Fatal Frame 6. There probably... Or 789, gotcha, yes. So, yes. Although, I wonder where Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes are. Although, more... So I guess more titles are coming out next year to maybe justify more so the Nintendo Switch 2. I think even Elden Ring got delayed. I kept on trying to look up, just out of curiosity, if Elden Ring was going to come out, I guess, this month for Nintendo Switch 2, but they're delaying it. Whether that is due to a divisive reception over how well it performs, with or without online functionality, I'm not exactly sure, but I know some people were kind of like, or have reported, Elden Ring doesn't run well on Switch 2, and if that was a reason to push it back to most likely early next year, then, although didn't one of its spin-offs or roguelikes or whatnot already come out on Switch 2? No, maybe that was just for the non-Nintendo systems, so you can play more Elden Ring. I won't get a Switch 2, but it genuinely depends on if you can get a job soon. Oh, I hope so. Yes, I hope you can get a job soon, Red. So if I remember talking on at least one of your streams, and certainly on the Every Anno Days YouTube channel, or every Anno Day, singular, not... oh man, I thought Elden Ring would run well. Nintendo is falling behind on quality because it's becoming... Well, I guess they want to try and rush out Elden Ring, maybe not the other From Software game, to really try and, really sell the third-party potential of the Switch 2. But I guess, they just really wanted to make sure it runs much better and on 4K. And, and I mean, how well will the online functionality go with Elden Ring on Switch 2? Well, that will be interesting. They'll probably come later, 2 or 3, 4 remakes, and 78 to come in once 9 was playable, natively, and hopefully not without cloud or streaming, please. Also, we're saying something about... I was just basically saying, so in the comment sections of the Every Anno Day videos and your streams, I know we talked a bit about, like you were studying, I believe, at the moment, or at least you were making sure you could fit in time to do streams and videos, like with the Sonic games and such, if I got that right. But yes, no, you're welcome, Red, and I do kind of wish I had a job as well, but I do voluntary work at the moment, and that's fine for me too. Another post-retirement thing as well, actually, now that I think about it, as well as exercise. Exactly, say no to cloud gaming. Like I actually did try out the demo for Resident Evil 8, the very same one you talked about, Nintendo Reviewer, and I think it did run slightly better than I was expecting, but it still was not reliable. It was not reliable. Same thing from what I've heard if you would try to play Kingdom Hearts games on the cloud gaming service. Kingdom Hearts, just like Resident Evil 8, is a fast-paced game. You would not want to play a game like that, or any game for that matter, on a cloud service. Yes, I mean, like I've got the Kingdom Hearts games on my PlayStation 4, well, technically PlayStation 5, but why do companies these days think so much about the digital and streaming nature for gaming and other media? I mean, and that's regardless of, say, like Disney went over to Disney recently, which doesn't feel right for me. I miss when it was broadcast on TV on the ABC here in Australia. But oh, so still in high school? Yes, that's right. I'm going to get a job so I can at least get somewhat ahead, and if I could do well on YouTube, it'll help support for college or university. So did you also say what you were hoping to do in college or university, or you want to keep it private? That's also fine too. But although I did study filmmaking for 3 years from 2008 to 2010 in university, and if you think I'm like a professional master filmmaker of the likes of Spielberg or others that you like, no. I just like filmmaking as a hobby nowadays. Yeah, the industry should not be encouraged to push gaming into the world of streaming. That should never be our reality. Exactly. And not just, streaming, but also digital as well. Like I know a fair amount of games, especially in indie development, are mostly exclusive to, digital. So, like to choose, say, one vague example, Stardew Valley. So you can get Stardew Valley physically or digitally. I imagine most people have got Stardew Valley digitally. But as great and popular as that game is, you wouldn't want to have it just digital only. You would want to satisfy those who like their physical media. And more, games should have... I've also got my Doctor Who mug. Just water, by the way, not tea. Self-hydrate. You'd want physical and even digital options for any media, gaming and otherwise. So it'd be such a shame if gaming were to go digital completely for the games that we play with. But still. Filmmaking, that's cool. By the way, I decided between something simple like being a doctor, because I can get really good grades and my parents are Latino. Yes. Okay, so they do encourage me to do something good. Plus my siblings are all doing something. Well, it was great. That's actually really cool. So like something like a doctor would be really cool. And even like from personal experience, you don't have to do something just because your siblings are doing something. Although, like you should do essentially your own thing if you want to. But if you can get good grades, and it sounds like you would for being a doctor, that is such a good vocation. I wish I was kind of good at science and mathematics, so I could end up being like Dr. House. So I have a little bit of a House fan. I want a Sonic mug, but they are definitely... Really? How Sonic mugs expensive? Surely they're not. Well, I've also got a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3DS mug. Mind. Like I got that. I just happened to find that at a EB Games once, and I wish I could remember how expensive that was, because Sonic mugs, unless it's there is a specific Sonic mug you want, say you want say one with Shadow on it, or the Blue Blur, or which one would I want? Well, a Shadow mug would be cool. With my last name, I could never be a doctor. Good thing I should. Oh, you mean your actual last name? And also as per the YouTube channel where you're focusing more on, the filmmaking, acting, as well as when, I think, did you credit your full name with Silver Screen Showdown? I can't quite remember, but if it's the last name I'm thinking of, yes. Although, yeah. Ocarina of Time, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, not got Ocarina. But I'll see if I can find it. Just give me 1 second. BRB, okay? If anyone's coming in the chat, it's a BRB moment. Hold on, just move. Yeah, I'll just move that so you can get. So I don't want to really see myself leaving. I'll be right back. Here we are. Let's see if I can switch that around. There we go. So, yeah, I did actually do a mug collection on my channel a few years ago as an April Fool's joke. Because, yeah, so that video was titled, like my games collection. So I was going to show, like, say, some of my physical games collection. And the video was only a few minutes, so it's like, really? And then it's like, oh, hey, here's my collection of mugs. And I had, like, say, my Doctor Who one, Zelda one, and a few others. But yeah, oh, you did, right. So you did have a surname. Okay, right. But although, just because you have a surname doesn't mean you cannot be a doctor. I mean, if you apply yourself, but of course you've got acting and filmmaking on your belt now. Or I suppose if you wanted to, you could do acting to pretend to act like Dr. House. If someone were to do a reimagining of House, then you could be one of those cynical, board certified smart diagnosticians. So I have 3 names. Oh, right. If anyone's joining us, yeah. I came back more quickly than I could, especially because I thought that I wouldn't be able to find my Zelda mug right away. But that could be that will last on there as well, saying like, oh, currently away from keys. It would last for a few years actually. Also, if a Retro Room, another channel by the way, comes on and asks me to do a House impression because I've asked him to, or like sometimes I made references to House over Retro Room streams, and it's kind of like, well, I think in some cases he probably has a deep enough voice to sound like Hugh Glory, and sound like Dr. House like this. I did play a medical intern in one short film. Was that also on your show reel as well? I think that same one with the medical intern one. Yeah. Hot take. Ooh, but I've always liked Breath of the Wild more than Tears of the Kingdom. Don't hate me. I think that's a pretty valid opinion, and I actually like both very much. I mean, I do like Tears of the Kingdom more. I actually had ended up having more fun with it, but Breath of the Wild is in some cases more influential and revolutionary, and it's an amazing game. Now, I mean, but I thought the hot takes surrounding Zelda would be in general that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are not Zelda games or not good Zelda games. Now, that's also a valid opinion too. Some people really don't like the Breath of the Wild era of Zelda games, or open world games in general, but for me, Breath of the Wild went back to the roots of the Zelda series back from the 80s. And even so, just ended up being a personally fun game. And that's all you can ask for. I still need to complete Echoes of Wisdom, though. It's not like I disliked it or anything. It's just I experienced more health difficulties when Echoes of Wisdom came out. And I need to get back to actually finishing it. I was having fun with it, though. Demo. Oh, yeah. So I think the demo reel is on the Nintendo Reviewer's actual filmmaking based channel, like both games equally. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So you reviewed Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and they're both amazing games. But yeah, so that's not on the Nintendo Reviewer's channel, I believe, but I'm pretty sure his filmmaking and acting channel is on the additional links on his channel, I believe. But so if you want to check out the demo reel, yeah. Yesterday's stream was an hour, not even like 55 minutes for Sonic Frontier. Oh yes, Sonic Frontiers soon on stream. That would be cool. I think I need to get back to playing Sonic Frontiers as well. I think there's some games on my backlog that I've still not completed yet. But from what I played of Sonic Frontiers, I actually really enjoyed it. In fact, speaking of which, on the acting channel, yes, what the Nintendo Reviewer says. So I think I will be streaming for a little over an hour in total. So we've been going for, yeah, so it's about 8:30 a.m. now. So that means in about half an hour or so, give or take, I'll probably will stop. Yeah, but hey, half an hour, we can, well, what is time? But I was trying to think of something profound about time, regardless of those who may have chronophobia, which is a real thing, and time can also be discussed in a philosophical way. in terms of how we perceive time, and time being a valuable currency. Don't waste it. That's hopefully Anna can join. Oh, on the Sonic Frontier stream, yes. So I did talk with her. I think it was when you were playing Sonic Shadow Generations, which also the Nintendo reviewer reviewed as well. So Nintendo reviewer, you reviewed Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Shadow Generations. I think I remember saying to you once on one of your streams, you could almost review, if you have the expansion functionality on the Switch's online servers, you could review the really early Sonic games. And maybe, well, also Sonic Adventure games, they're on GameCube, and Sonic Mania. So, but anyway, I'm not saying you have to just review Sonic games. Oh, right, yes. So I'm not sure if Anna is subscribed to my channel, actually. I mean, she doesn't have to be. Like, I didn't even say in one of my last comments to her, say, oh, by the way, I'm streaming or something. She can hopefully join. If I'm going to do an early December stream for one of the philosophy-based visual novels, then I might as well let her know as well if she wants to join too. What is time but digital numbers on an iPhone? That's actually a fairly profound way of looking at it. So like, even like on my phone, like it says 8:30 on there as well. But I could, yeah. So yeah, so I think you'll have to let Anna know as well. I also did message a couple of people through Discord or TikTok. I don't make TikToks anymore. I stopped a long time ago, but I still occasionally message people on there because we still keep in touch as a community, which is the same reason for why I'm doing these streams. So of course I'm not making any more videos per se, but this is a way to, you know, just occasionally keep in touch. Not making a comeback or anything like that, but just occasionally keep in touch. Cool. Yeah, so if I'm streaming early December, I'll let her know. I also kind of wish she could do a stream as well, but I think she has said or implied that her sort of, I guess, Wi-Fi or general setup might not be optimized for a stream or something. But I mean, I also kind of couldn't help wondering, for day 365 or 400, she could do a stream where we all talk live with her. But she also did a Q&A as well as the buldak free, the spicy ramen or noodle stream. I would not be able to eat that, or the number 2, as we talked about briefly. I also think she's just, yes, and also that's true. So besides when she says she's lazy, I've also recommended to the Nintendo reviewer and others on the stream live and afterwards that you can watch her channel as well. But so she usually uploads close to, she uploads anywhere between 2 to 4 p.m. my time, regardless of daylight savings. And so that means in about 6 or 7 hours from now, she'll have another vlog up. And Betty, I wouldn't be able to dedicate myself to doing daily vlogs. I would not. Maybe I'm too lazy to do that, or maybe I sometimes perceive my life to not be as interesting. Or even philosophically speaking, I can try and make my life more interesting as well. But also Anna, she is very authentic. Even if there's a day where it's like, not much has happened today, or a lot has happened today, or, oh, let's just talk about Doctor Who, or whatever it is. Or your time is any time between 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Yes, so that'd be about right, actually. So it's like at the end of your day, or at least her day as well. Daily vlogs are also like an interesting subgenre of videos to do on YouTube as well. Like, I guess you would probably have to have a bit of an interesting life if you want to document it and show it to people, other than how I first got into YouTube many years ago were people doing a vlog once a week or once a month where they would talk about what's happening or do something more fun, like say, like doing a sketch, putting on a costume, or doing a challenge. And that was mostly how I got into YouTube before I even saw any gaming videos. It's very hard to hire a YouTuber that is very authentic like her, as you don't find a lot. And daily vlogs are not easy because you need to always get some. Yes. So I would really have to be able to think of a topic. Think of a topic to talk about any given day. I mean, I could even do partially what Anna does and just talk about Doctor Who every day, but that would make for 365 repetitive vlogs. But still, it's something you have to dedicate yourself to. So like if something gets like really busy, or something could even go wrong maybe on one of the days that you might miss a day or something, but it quite requires dedication. It's but I think definitely what sells for daily vlogs, at least of all Anna's ones, is the authenticity. It's not like, oh, let's put on a persona, like, or a different sort of character, someone, the sort of person that I'm not really like, just to do a day or to get views or something. But authenticity on YouTube is something we could talk about for a long time, because some people, when they do vlogs or videos that are supposedly very true to themselves, it may not be what they are really like in real life. Or I guess, like, I'm fairly talkative now, but I think in real life I tend to come across a little bit more of a quiet ambivert. That's what I like to think of myself more as. But also, the thing about doing streams, videos, you name it, is to be able to talk. Because unless you just do simply gameplay videos with no commentary, then you have to have something to talk about. If I would do daily vlogs, I'd be to watch them. You'd always will find something you talk about along the line. That's the first for everything, my friend. Because authenticity is mostly about the genuine love and ambition of YouTube. And you're also more of a quiet person. Well, just like I was saying, like, so on your streams, like when you've done Sonic games and such, you have to be able to talk about something, as well as also if possible, people will also come in and state something or ask a question. But also, like speaking of which, as well as with daily vlogs, if you don't have an audience at first, you do have to have something to talk about. Like, you could do a stream on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, your very first stream, and if no one's there, you have to have something to talk about. Or at the very least, I think there are how-to videos on YouTube and such about how you should do your first stream, or streams plural, if little to no people come in to watch. And that is even when, like when I started doing my gaming stuff in 2017, I would be telling my family, maybe a few of my friends, that I was making videos. They didn't watch every single one of them, but very gradually, I guess the algorithm did maybe promote a few of them, especially in my Zork stuff, because I talked about the Zork games quite a few times. And as well as kind of doing what, like, you and I read, and even the Nintendo reviewer and I, we've also commented on each other's videos, where it also does draw traffic to videos as well. So like, I would have talked on the Nintendo reviewer's videos before he watched one of my first videos. You talked on every Anna Day's videos, and I found your stuff. Even though I am a strong believer personally of numbers, well, not numbers, of not focusing on numbers. Like, I'm not in the YouTube game to get heaps of views and subscribers. It's just about the community. I went to Japan last month and released a trailer for my upcoming series revolving around the vlogs coming next year. Yes, I saw the trailer there, and that you went to Japan, and I also want to go to Japan at some point in the future as well. Maybe your vlogs will actually convince me to go sooner rather than later. Even though I'm not necessarily one for travelling overseas. I'm not much of an overseas traveller, but I hope to go to Japan at some point. Oh, you had to go for now, Red? Join or try to join back later? Well, in the next, I think 15 or so minutes we will call it a day. But certainly join back later for the streams or whatever else happens, and also for your stuff and every other day. Thank you so much for joining in, my friend Red. It was good to chat with you. Have a good day or night, whatever it is. Wait, good day tomorrow. Because, yeah. Take care. Have a good rest of your day too. Thank you, Red. Thanks for joining in. It's good to chat with you. But yeah, it's so Japan. Yeah, so Japan really sounds like an awesome place to go to. And I'm not just saying that because of the games and anime that have originated there. I'm personally more interested in the other cultural landscapes and landmarks there, as well as hopefully we learning some basic Japanese that I used to be sort of fluent in. Like back in high school, I was actually reasonably fluent in basic Japanese, and now I've forgotten most of it. Japan is beautiful and the food is delicious, so you'd love it there. Okay. Have I had... I swear I think the only Japanese food I guess I've mostly had, which makes sense as well, is sushi. So it would be nice to try out other Japanese food that is not sushi. Or if I were to even play the Sushi Go Round minigame from Pokemon Stadium. If the connection, least of all for Nintendo 64 games, was better on the Switch, we could almost do the Pokemon Stadium mini-games on a stream. But I feel like the Nintendo 64 games lag more. Or maybe that's when you have 3 or 4 players and also maybe in different parts of the world as well. I think if like you've got people from all different corners of the world, it's hard to stream, or at least to just play online multiplayer anyway. Excuse me, of a Nintendo 64 game like say GoldenEye or something. But we can almost do like the Pokemon online multiplayer or something. Even if it's just the Sushi Go Round over and over again, so we can, eat up the sushi. Yeah, that's a fun minigame. But yeah, Japanese food is not just about sushi, people. And I would like to, maybe try out some more. Well, what Japanese food that is not sushi is any of you people's favorites? Let me know live or down in the comments. Maybe I'll try it out. But it's also, Japan looks beautiful. And even in the Persona games, when you go around Japan, it also looks beautiful too. Where is Persona 6? Atlas? This stream is now going to turn into a Where's Persona 6 stream. If you're not careful, no, it's okay. I'm patient for Persona 6, even though, I do play a bit less games these days, but at the same time, it's kind of like, well, Persona games took a while to come out each time, really. So focus on making it good. So hang on. So I'm getting my Japanese alphabet. B, E, G. Oh, okay. So that's one of the foods. Is that one of the foods, Nintendo reviewer? I severely apologize if I misunderstood anything there, or certainly mispronounced that. Considering so like the Japanese alphabet in terms of sounds could be R, E, U, E, O sounds in the hiragana, I think. Although one of the reasons I became less fluent in Japanese was because I had trouble reading and writing kanji. Very hard to read and write. In fact, Japanese is harder to read for me than it is to speak. So, yeah. There was a Sega store I went to. They had Persona stuff. Cool, because Sega is more so associated with Atlas's Persona games, including Persona 5, where Joker. Do they have any Morgana plushies? I would try to quote this. Oh, that's what you were trying to say, Nintendo reviewer. Gotcha. And that's the only one I can spell. So Epi here. Oh yes, I think that sound comes on. Is it when the highest cost sushi comes on in that game? Or it's definitely, well, I mean, when I say the highest one, I mean the one that's 1,000 yen, which helps win that game, even though your leggy tongue can get a little bit sick. It's a little hard for me if that's coming from a guy who hails from Japanese heritage from his father's side. Yeah. So you got Oha gozaimasu, which is, what is it, good morning, or at least it's a hello in the early parts of the day. Konnichiwa is in the afternoon. So yeah. I wish they had Morgana plushies. I wanted one, so they didn't have any Morgana plushies. Well, how else are you supposed to make sure you don't stay up late? Also, just literally on my OBS, Tyler Petrase has also subscribed. I'm sorry if I butchered your name, person, but welcome on in. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Considering, I guess my channel is now technically a stream every once in a while stream. In fact, did that just go down? Now much my viewer is there, so if can I go down just a little bit? Oh, okay, so that's the first time a public subscriber has been around in about 6 months, I believe. Ohio means good morning, yes. Hey, Retro Room. I'm working, so maybe intermittent in communication, but I will be listening. I did briefly mention you in your channel. Welcome on in. They had special Persona 5 posters and Persona series towels. Well, that's not too bad as far as, excuse me, Persona, merch goes. That and all sorts of other stuff I got in Japan will be revealed in 2026. Oh, okay, so you want to keep it a secret. Keep it a secret until, you're too kind. Oh, you are too kind as well, Retro Room. It's good to have you here. I'm not sure, I guess, if maybe the YouTube notifications worked this time also over the Grim Fandango ones. But I did post a couple of times on Discord this time to make sure, in contrast to Grim Fandango, that more people would turn in. But as I was saying some minutes ago, it's about, you hopefully will have stuff to talk about if little to no people show up on your streams. Plus, we were also talking about daily vlogs, such as those of the Every Anna Day YouTube channel, which Red Swan was talking about alongside me as well. Hey, we're promoting each other's channels to a degree. We were talking about daily vlogs and reviews, streams, and Gaming Thunder's vlogs for visiting Japan, which will come out next year. Where it will be revealed there are no Morgana plushies, which means more and more people will stay up late. Seriously, we need Morgana plushies for people who stay up late. Mind you, in Persona 5 Royal, you can stay up a little bit more, because there are more functions in that game. So, but yeah, how are we going here? Okay, so we'll go for another, another 10 minutes. For another 10 minutes. So if we've got any, well, we were talking briefly about time before, even though maybe we didn't talk about time if we don't want to talk about it, or. I mean, technically, what I've been technically doing for the last hour or so is just talking to camera on YouTube. That's all I've been doing mostly, rather than I could be doing something else, but that's okay. It's good to actually catch up with people online and just have chats. That's actually fairly productive in itself. Yeah, we'll say that. And of course afterwards I'll go do a bit of exercise and watch more Stranger Things this afternoon in preparation for the new and final season. Oh, I've reached new levels in the anime community since I went to Japan and even took some epic pics on my Instagram. Yes, I've hearted, I think, a couple of those. I don't have Instagram on my phone these days, but I need to double check which those I have seen. But yeah, the anime community in Japan, my goodness. I think what I should also probably do before I go to Japan is try and watch more anime. That way I won't miss out on more anime stuff. Because again, I mainly grew up with the early Pokemon and Digimon episodes, Hayao Miyazaki's films, Akira, Grave of the Fireflies, Sailor Moon, a bit of Sailor Moon, and that's about it. I think that's... and a little bit of Card Captors. Apparently a new Silent Hill movie got announced for next year. Exactly. So the director of the first Silent Hill is making a movie based on Silent Hill 2. And that is coming out next year. I think the last trailer released for it also got a divisive reception. But I have a feeling that the Silent Hill 2 film will be enjoyable. I mean, say what you will about the Silent Hill films, well, especially the first one, because some people don't like that one. The second film is kind of rubbish. But the first film, I did rewatch it, I think, a few months ago, and it was still actually kind of decent. Have you still been enjoying the occasional video game? For me, yes, I have. I mentioned a Kickstarter-funded independent RPG had just come out called Kingdoms of the Dump, which is inspired by games like, Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Super Mario RPG, Golden Sun, and the like. And I did actually play a bit of it, and I was actually kind of hoping to stream it, but I wasn't sure if I was able to optimize it. Plus I figured, you know what, I'd rather play it for myself rather than stream it. But Kingdoms of the Dump seems like a good game, and it came out on Steam recently too, and hopefully it will come out for other platforms as well, physically as well. If I can offer anime suggestions, Sword Art Online, yes, and all the other ones, part of my top 5 favorite anime series on your channel. Okay, cool. So I'll have to have more anime to watch there. Hey, Fun Bros, welcome on in. How are you going this morning? Wait, isn't it morning? But you have to remember, only an expert knows whether it's morning or evening. Also, only an expert knows whether it's 0 and 1. Go to Retro Room's Discord or look up Laurie Anderson stuff if you don't know what I'm talking about. Well, I could talk about it at length, but we're going to wrap up in about 5 or 10 minutes. Especially considering on one of Retro Room's last streams, we talked about binary code. And I thought I got the mistake that binary code was 1 and 2. No, it's 0 and 1. The Legend of Zelda movie is production as we speak, which I saw the stills of. So of Link and Zelda, they were out sort of on a field or a hillside, a little bit Breath of the Wildish. And I think it was vaguely said that those stills were posted because of leak concerns. But that's the first still we've got of that movie, and it's coming out, I believe it's next year, or is that the year after? But next year we've got Mario Galaxy. And we had the recent trailer for that, where paintings of Bowser are going to be hung up in the Louvre. Wait, are they? Maybe Bowser wishes deep down that his paintings will be in the Louvre in Paris. But Mario says that they're trash, so there's no hope of that happening. But maybe up in the galaxy, there will be an art gallery up in the galaxies for Bowser to put up his paintings. And I just randomly came up with that. But yeah, the Legend of Zelda movie would be kind of curious because... mostly because I'm wondering if Link will talk. Because if Link doesn't talk, then... how will the dialogue in the movie go about? I think, and also it's speculated that I think the movie will be based more so on Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild, or something like that anyways. Although, could they base it more so on the very first game of the series? Well, they could, but I think Ocarina of Time and Breath of the Wild, and even to an extent Link to the Past, are better known. Or Twilight Princess? Or Skyward Sword? Skyward Sword story is better if you played more of the games in the series and you've get that emotional feeling with the characters. I'm Bowser Jr. and I'll be taking my father now. Yeah, who was the voice actor of Bowser Jr. again? I don't recognize the guy right away. The guy that Jack Black was like, hey, I'm going to be revealing who's voicing Bowser Jr. because I don't readily recognize the voice actor. But the other voice actors, both from the first movie and for the new one, I do recognize. So like we got Chris Pratt as Mario, I think it's Charles Day as Luigi again, Jack Black as Bowser, Anna Taylor-Joy as Peach, Brie Larson as Rosalina. Wait, and also Yoshi, yes, we were also asking, I think, before on Discord, where was Yoshi? Although I think we did see a few colourful Yoshis in the first film, but yeah, where was Yoshi in the Mario Galaxy trailer? We'll see him soon enough, or see them soon enough, see all the Yoshis, or Yoshis. If Mario rides on Yoshi, Mario Galaxy 2 style, that will be fun to watch. And you can have more of the Mario Galaxy soundtracks, because those were great video game soundtracks. Okay, well I think we'll wrap up. Oh, Benny Safdie voices Bowser Jr., right. You still need to see Sonic 2 and 3 from those. You need to be as fast as Sonic to catch up with these films. No, it's okay. There has been, I've seen arguments to an extent, I think I vaguely mentioned this on one of Retro Room streams, that someone seemed to express some kind of discomfort, like, hang on, how come you've not watched the latest Doctor Who episodes yet? What's wrong with you? Or worse for that, or you should have watched them by now. No. People have lives, okay? If people have not watched the recent episodes of Doctor Who because of other things, or maybe because they're not necessarily as interested, that is okay. I mean, sure, if we had 24 hours to be awake every day and watch Doctor Who, we would. But that's not how life is. Same with games as well. We need to catch up on our backlogs. Film and game backlogs. Pillsbury leaked the design for Yoshi or Yoshi. That's got to be the most random way to leak. What is it with leaks these days for films and games and stuff? I ask you. What do people... No, I probably we'll spend many minutes ranting about that before we wrap up. So I think I need to wrap up just about now. Yeah, so I'll wrap up in just about a minute or two while I thank all of you for joining in. I think the feeling that you had to, Robs, of a feeling that you want to. What, that I had to go? I know, I wish I could actually be streaming a fair bit now, especially for just talking to camera stream. But I do have something on at about 10 o'clock. And it's about 9 a.m. now, and I need a bit of time to get ready. So, but before I go off and do that, I have to thank the following: the Retro Room, Gaming Thunder, Thumb Bros, Nintendo Reviewer, and Ash and Red Swan, who also would have joined in from the Every Anna Day, it's not plural, Every Anna Day YouTube channel. So if I can use an opportunity to promote a YouTube channel, there's one, as well as every one of you lovely people here. And also, considering I was a bit nervous about trying out something a bit different for streaming like this, it's worked out great, and I've had fun talking about it, and it's been great joining you guys. So maybe I might do another talking to camera stream again. Perhaps. That would be nice. It was good to see you too, Fun Bros and everybody. So, as I used to say on my videos, have a good day or night or whatever it is. In fact, I think it's afternoon and night for a great many of you. And yeah, from the ashes of his friend's video type advisors, a new creator, the YouTube name will be honoured once more. Well, that's it. Yes, I mean it's interpretive if this was like a comeback or that sort of thing, but I interpret this not so much as a comeback, but as a way to occasionally talk with you all. So thank you all so much. Hopefully in early December I might stream Socrates Jones Pro Philosopher. So thank you all so much for joining, and I will hopefully see you sometime soon, maybe not just on this channel but elsewhere, because that's the nature of the internet for you. So bye everyone, and be well.